Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Kenda.
2 years ago today, they took the tumor out of Kenda's body. She was back in the studio 2 years ago today. A tumor
It was my first day back.
the size of a football,
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
5 times the weight of a football. So her tumor is upwards of 5
A
pounds.
black hole.
A football doesn't weigh a pound. This is how you didn't walk around lighter or freer. I don't understand.
I don't know. It was really weird. 2 days before my surgery, it was like open heart surgery to remove this like 3 to 5 pound thing. I don't even know. They were like, you're allowed to react as normal. I went on like a 20-mile bike ride.
Wait, you had a football in your heart?
It was pushing my heart into where my shoulder is and pushed my lung down so I can't use it, pushed my esophagus so I was nauseous when I ate, and they had to remove it.
How did you figure out it was there?
I was having trouble breathing one
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
That'll do it, right?
Wow.
Your body gives you clues. And I couldn't breathe.
This just makes me feel like a little pussy ass bitch for complaining about anything.
It's the whole point of everything.
Ashley, Gavin, how you doing?
I'm good. I don't have a tumor.
Neither do I.
Yay.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're out there feeling sorry for yourself, Kenda not only does this bike ride after the tumor, I wouldn't be, my girlfriend wouldn't be able to get me to the gym for the next 10 years. I'm like, I don't want to push it, babe. You know, she does a Keith and the Girl marathon, 24 hours, doesn't sleep, right?
Yeah.
It's about this time. In fact, a new one's coming up, as a matter of fact. That's what the Kickstarter's all about. It's about another year of Keith and the Girl, 200 plus shows, and a 24-hour marathon. I believe today.
This year was my first marathon without a tumor. Like, I think all of Keith and the Girl, I had a tumor.
Stop.
Yeah.
We get it. You're superhuman. Jesus. I'm going.
I think by the end of today's show, we can have this Kickstarter sewn up. That's what I'd like to think. Then we can talk stretch goals.
Right.
If, out of tens of thousands of people listening right now, if only 500 people support the Kickstarter, we're doing an extra 12 hours.
Every time I refresh and like more people get, I don't even look at how much they give. I look at the percentage. I'm like,
Right.
They love us. They want more Keith and the Girl.
Right.
How much are you guys trying to raise?
15.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look at keithandthegirl.com/kick, and you'll see everything there, videos of our past, the rewards. You know, it's special deals that you get that helps us keep going, and then, of course, you get something out of it also, other than simply the marathon.
And more Keith and the Girl episodes.
Keith and the Girl. All right? So if there's any confusion or you just want to be part of it, take a look, keithandthegirl.com/kick. It's pretty self-explanatory.
And thank you to all the people who do it right away, who have done it already. It's really such a big deal for us. It's like, oh, okay. It's weird to say, but it not only helps us obviously financially make it through the next year, but it's like, oh, this is all based on you want to keep hearing us, and as soon as you don't want to keep hearing us, we die.
Right. And
It's true. We got to do
She
something
gets
else.
another tumor. It's over.
Right. That will stress her out, right? And we all know tumors come from stress and quinoa. By the way, the Forms badges is one of the rewards. You get this little,
I did it.
bragging thing that you
Yeah.
can put next to your name on our forms, and we were able to give them ahead of time as opposed to the end of the Kickstarter. So you should have it right now, as a matter of fact, that you can say, hey, look, I support. Because I do see, and you don't want to complain about these people because thank goodness they're there, but there's a strong amount of people that at the end of the Kickstarter, they come in. Like literally
Yeah.
last minute, meaning they didn't find out about it on the last day. They waited as if there's some kind of superhero. But meanwhile, they would get more bang for their buck by starting early and creating attention. And nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd. So if you are going to, and I feel weird saying this,
Yeah.
so I'm saying if you are anyway going to give, do it early as opposed to later. And it gets more people excited and the rewards for everybody get bigger.
Yeah, and if you did already give, if you can tweet about it, that'd be great.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm reading this on the forums about Brother Love because there's so many VIP specials at that Kickstarter. Worth getting VIP, says Spare Ben, especially with the ridiculous Kickstarter deal, to hear early Brother Love episodes. That whole saga is a highlight of the podcasting world, not just this show. Craigish says, I knew the origin story and I've heard a ton of Brolo episodes, including this one, but hearing about the early ones he was on is definitely going to be my next archive dive. Will help me keep busy and it'll be nice over the holidays.
Yeah, we have a lot of shit for over the holidays. Yeah.
Now, Ashley Gavin's been on before, of course, and also she's been on Hulu, Fox, SiriusXM Comedy, a breakout star at Caroline's, the big club in New York City, and, of course, NBC. Ashley, I adore you.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
I don't mind saying it.
Thanks.
And I did.
I heard it.
Just now.
Oh, okay.
Say it.
Whenever people read my bio, I breathe like a sigh of relief. I'm always like, okay, it's not that bad.
I did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Ashley's very open, and when she's been on before, she talks about dating, talks about family, talks about all this stuff. It seems that there is a pattern when it comes to you dating that the woman you're with is always in the closet. Is that true?
Yeah, I wouldn't say always. I mean, so like, first of all, when you date in high school and you're gay, everybody's in the closet. Right. So like that already taints your sample size. Mm-hmm. But I have dated several girls where I've been like the first girl they've been with. And
that sucks. Can I say? I'm sorry.
People have different opinions.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just feel like that's a lot of pressure on you.
It's a ton of pressure, and you can mess it up.
And you also, it puts you in the leadership position on sex, and it's like, you just want to partner up.
Yeah, sometimes with some girls for sure.
Because it's the first time you're navigating, and it's like, I remember the first time I navigated either, and they're both awkward.
Yeah.
You know? It's
for
like,
sure. Yeah. The first time you kind of have to like, I think the first time with any new partner, you're pretty much like, well, this is a wash. Like, we're just, let it go. Doesn't count. But yeah, so like some of those girls have come out as bisexual. Some of those girls know that they're bisexual or fluid, but like mostly attracted to men, so they like haven't come out and they like live a straight life, but like have thought about dating girls again. Like there are other girls who are like, oh, I'm bisexual, but I'm emotionally attracted to women, so I'm just gonna be dating women now. Like I run
that
it's
sucks.
all it's like but the commonality that they have is that when they started with me, they were straight. So
is it something you could be seeking out?
I've thought about it, and I've talked about it extensively in therapy.
Interesting.
I don't think so. I think the thing is that I'm attracted to really feminine women, and like there's more pressure to look feminine when you're straight. I know that sounds weird, but like when we live in a genderless society, people are just gonna like, I don't know what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be so different than what we know today. But like today, most of the feminine women we see are straight.
When our society is genderless,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
When the society is genderless and we see, let's say, models walking around, do we have to pull them aside and go, we don't have to anymore? what are you doing?
Oh my God, what will model? I feel like even today they're like really cool, like they're like gay guys who wear a ton of makeup and they're like cover girls, and I think that's amazing.
So that's the thing that
genderqueer guys. I don't even know these guys. I can't label them, but like they are not straight men. I don't think.
That's what I was gonna say is like gender.
But if they were, that'd be cool too.
I don't. Thank you very much. I don't know if like less makeup is gonna happen, even if we don't have gender. First of all, I think a lot of people who use makeup are playing with makeup, and it's like very artistic, and also hiding flaws and things like that. I don't think our system is making it so that people feel more comfortable being themselves. I think it's like you said, now men are being pressured into tweezing and covering up and all that stuff. So instead of going the other way where we're all shedding the makeup, we're now putting pressure on even more people.
Right. I actually have a joke about like just like gay branding and how gay men's branding is so strong. Gay men's branding is so strong that straight men are trying to look like gay men.
That's true.
That's true.
So
starting with the metrosexual.
They're like leading the way. And you know what? I'm into it. If we can't find equality via the right means, I'm totally down for some Machiavellian shit to like equal out.
That's fucked up.
The genders.
Good for you. Yeah.
When you see
a nice edge on you.
I'll see a commercial and I'll see, it could be anything, breakfast cereal, and it's a gay couple as opposed to a straight couple. And I'm like, good.
I'm like good too, but I'm also like, please cast me in this, because when I go in to play a gay girl, I'm not gay enough to book the role. Every time I go in there, I'm the most feminine person in there, and I'm not really. I mean, like I'm kind of middle of the road. You know, when I put my hat on, more gay, I guess. My
That's
hat's
true.
off right now.
I like seeing mixed races.
Well,
It's
I
very
always
exciting.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I
on
always see it
commercials.
and go, oh my God, there was such a meeting about this, you know?
Totally.
Especially if there's like 5 couples, there's one interracial and one gay. It's like, 1 or 2, should we just mix, you know,
Right.
the 2 different brands and just do like mixed race gay?
An interracial gay couple is like the 2-for-1 deal of the commercial
Yeah.
world.
This way we don't have to have 2 different couples that are fucked up, you know?
Yeah, the meetings.
Because that's what they're saying. Is like,
Yeah.
this is the norm, but we're throwing you in.
Yeah.
You know, like
I've gone in for fucked up couple number 1 many times.
Yeah, we want to see the couples. You know, we want to see interracial and all this, but we don't want to see that meeting where they're like,
Yeah.
an Asian covers a lot, right?
Right. Yeah. Do we do like the normal white and black, or do we throw
Right.
in an Indian? What Indian? We never talked about Indians.
No, I feel like they're going for bang for their buck. It has to be white and black. Like, it has to be.
Right.
Yeah. We're like, it's funny. It's like all these races are being included, but it's okay because you have a black person in there. You know, that's
Right.
really what it is. Now they're starting to put Middle Eastern people into ads, or anyone with a headdress.
Oh, headdresses are huge right now.
But we lump that together. The Sikhs,
Yep.
like we
Right.
all. Oh, you're the headdress person.
We need a scarf person.
Actually, a black person in a commercial in like an interracial couple is like the advertisement way of saying, I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not racist against anybody. I have
Yes.
a black friend.
Yes. We're okay with your money, black people, and quote other.
Right.
So should we have an Indian or no one's
Ne-
recording
never.
this, right?
Never an Indian though.
Okay.
No, there are no Indians
No
in
Indian.
commercials.
There's like an Asian now. So like we went black, Asian, no Indian, no like off-white. Not a lot of off-white unless you have a head scarf.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, America. You're so interesting.
I saw a Walmart commercial. They didn't bother, by the way, with all the different races, if you're curious. But
They don't have to.
I found it funny. They were trying to. It was like a holiday commercial, and they were thanking their employees for how much they help the common person. And they would go to like a news article. Walmart person helped deliver a baby
I see.
in the store. Walmart person helped a person that fell off their scooter in the parking lot. Like, it's all shit that would only happen in a Walmart. You know.
My scooter broke down and I was trying to flag people down for hours. It was aisle 5, so
I helped somebody with their wedgie.
Right. No, this is a true story. In Arizona, a man's in a Walmart store in the meat department. I mean, these stores are huge. And he
The
has,
stores are so huge when you meet someone who works there and they wear like, is it a pedometer, which is the one that tracks your walking?
Yeah.
They walk for miles just inside the store, just trying to get to things.
trying to get away from our questions. Yeah. Oh, that
there are
Home
some,
Depot.
There are
they
some
have,
fat jokes that could be made, but I'm not going to make them. I'm just going to let people know that I'm thinking them, but I'm not making them.
Well, anyway, he was in the meat department,
Nice.
and he has a gun in his waistband.
Okay.
He's allowed to.
What is this? What is it?
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay.
And he accidentally shot himself in the groin when the gun slipped out, and he tried to recover it. The gun slipped out as he carried it unholstered in the
What do you mean
waist.
slipped out? I dropped my phone. People think I'm an asshole. You're dropping your gun?
He had it in the waistband of his sweatpants.
Nice.
And I guarantee he's all gun safety and background
Oh, I'm
checks
sure
on
he's a
social
really
media.
responsible gun
Yeah.
owner.
When he tried to reposition his loaded gun and keep it from falling, he shot himself in the groin area.
So the safety wasn't on.
I was just gonna say, yeah. You got to be ready in
Right,
Walmart.
right. Got to be ready. I mean, nowadays you kind of do have to be ready.
Some guns don't have safeties. I don't know if people know that.
I didn't know that. What do you mean? They're
That's
made
so
with,
fucked up.
they're made without?
safeties. Yeah,
and
Officer-
they're legal. They're normal.
they're normal. Yeah.
Oh.
Officers found the man in the meat department with a shotgun wound. He was taken to the hospital with survivable injuries.
Wait, shotgun?
Did I say shotgun? A gunshot. Excuse me. Gunshot wound.
I was
one.
like, you're keeping a shotgun in your sweatpants band?
Someone is.
And it only hit your groin.
Right. You didn't lose a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Nice groin.
Mm-hmm. What happened to the good groins with guns? You know, if his groin had a gun, then there'd be less. I say more guns. I think those guns need to have guns. Bullets should have their own guns.
Good groins with guns.
Where's your groin? That's so by your dick. Isn't it like your upper thigh?
No, I think your groin's your dick. It's your
I think
package.
it depends on the context, I think.
I
but
assume he shot his dick.
Yeah, I hope he shot his dick.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's rude of me, but
I mean balls. I just don't want to get too graphic. I just hope kids don't come out. I hope all the kids fell out of his balls in the Walmart.
Wouldn't they say dick?
Nah.
No.
Nah. You say groin.
Yeah, I think they say groin. But that could also mean their inner thigh, for sure. Like, it just depending on the...
Well, Ashley tweeted out, talking about the Las Vegas shooter who had 33 guns. It's like 33 guns, but you're not on some kind of list. If I own 33 dildos, trust me, I'm on a list. And she's right.
You're a type.
Yeah, it's so true.
Okay, the groin is an area of your hip between your stomach and thigh. So, yeah, it's everywhere.
Right.
It's like all in your shit. It's located where your abdomen ends and your legs begin. Yeah. Okay. The groin has 5 muscles that work together to move your leg.
I can't. I'm like poking myself right now to be like, where's my groin?
Yeah. That's the whole groin.
The whole groin.
I saw you tweet something about that because of global warming, we're having less Christmas trees.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Twitter person, but every time I had actually, and I won't say what program it is, but that 33 guns dildo joke was stolen by a television program. And I can't prove that it was stolen, but I also can't think of anyone who would make a dildo gun control joke besides me. Like, it's just like, because I believe in parallel thinking. Yes. I'm very lenient. I don't think people steal jokes.
But when they keep the number 33, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, well, it's not Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon is a great program.
This is how I narrow it down. Jimmy Kimmel.
Not Jimmy Kimmel.
Not Jimmy Kimmel.
Another great program.
Okay,
you're never going to get me to move on to it. Every program on television, including the one that stole my joke, is a great program. But now, it went sort of viral on Facebook, and I have people on Facebook. It was public, but I also know people who write for this particular show. So like maybe they got the best. I think the best way to look at it is that they saw the joke, forgot they saw it, and then thought that they were rewriting it, which can sometimes happen. Yeah. And but now when I come up with a joke that I know could like is like a premise that like should absolutely be done by some sort of comedy late night variety program, I like tweet it specifically, like almost as bait. Be like, come on, I got you the first time. Like, well, let's see if this happens again.
I think this is when I used to write music. In order to copyright it, or just like give yourself the rights to it without doing any paperwork, you would record it and send it to yourself. And if anyone ever argued, you have a timestamp that's official. And so that tweeting is like.
That's like kind of what I was doing. And even the first time, like people tried to, no comedian or reasonable person was like, nah, they didn't steal it. But like there were some industry people who were like, well, like parallel thinking. And I was like, about dildos? How many lesbians do they have on staff? Like, come on. Like,
if your kid stole the joke, you wouldn't go parallel thinking. We're in the same family. We have the same brain. You'd be like, no, my kid's lying to me.
Yeah.
Anything like that. These people that play devil's advocate, it's like, then is your family walking all over you?
It's one thing when it's a premise that's very similar, and they have sort of alternative punchlines. Because like I have this hurricane joke about hurricane names and what we should name them. And there are several comedians with hurricane jokes with hurricane names and what they should name them. But mine has like a feminist angle. If I heard a feminist one, I'd be like, okay, maybe they heard my joke. Like, I don't know what's going on. But when you have identical punchlines about dildos, comparing it to gun control, you're like, that's just that's like eerie.
And it's that collective consciousness.
Yeah, that's not like.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, I was watching with my writing partner at the time, and when they set up the joke, we like looked at each other. And then when they added the punch, we were like, oh my God, that's my joke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I wonder if their punchline's going to be better than mine. Oh, look.
Well, that's what I want. I just want a job. I just want to be like, listen, you can have it, but like pay me.
Yeah. but going back to the, we're losing Christmas trees. Yeah. These conservatives are going to get even more angry at us, right? It's global warming, which we're manifesting, and that's ruining their trees.
Yeah.
And they can't even have their great trees.
I think it's like a really funny idea to like flip the climate change argument into the war on Christmas argument, and then like be like, climate change is the war on Christmas. And then maybe some people at Walmart who shoot themselves in the dick will be like, we got to stop riding our what do they call it? John Deere? Is that it? We got to stop riding our John Deeres everywhere.
You can follow @AshGavs And which one? Is this Twitter or Instagram?
It's both.
It's both. Okay. So you can't get it wrong. To the person who whispered lesbian directly into my recorder as I got on stage tonight.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
I was at an open mic.
Oh my God.
And I always record everything and I listen back. And in this one I was like, wait, what was that? And then I played it back a few times and you can just hear someone go as if they're talking to someone else, lesbian.
You'll see.
Yeah. And I didn't say I was gay until 3 or 4 minutes into the set. And
so you should tell that to the commercial agents. Look, everyone identifies me.
Right.
I'm gay enough.
Right. Yeah, I'm gay enough.
I don't even need this hat.
I don't. Right. And I was just some comedians have criticized me for A, talking too much about being gay on stage, and B, the number one note that I get from everybody is, well, why do you say it right up front? Why do you say it right up front?
That's funny.
Because some idiot in the audience can't get it off his fucking mind enough to not be lesbian. Going up on stage. I have to eliminate that from the consciousness so that they can pay attention to my fucking jokes.
It's like a comic going on stage missing an arm.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to talk about it.
Does she know he doesn't have an arm? How am I supposed to focus? Does she know she's gay?
Right.
I hope she knows.
Right.
She seems nice enough. Does she know? Oh, God, she knows. Okay. Your other words will make sense.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody is thinking it, and what I say is, oh, I'm gay. You can stop thinking about it. And everyone releases this sort of relief laugh. Oh, I can stop thinking about it.
You know what's going to be the best and worst? When that joke no longer works, we're in a better place in life.
I know. I really need to get famous tomorrow. Otherwise, so much of my material is just gone because everyone's so progressive that I'm a weird conservative person.
Well, you get a laugh when you bring up, does the audience even know how lesbians have sex?
No, they don't. No.
And then one time this guy in the audience, he makes the peace sign with his two hands and then puts them together like women scissoring. And right there, you just want to die. This isn't funny anymore.
That was the worst. That was one of the few experiences where I was on stage. Maybe the only experience that I was on stage that I felt powerless to something happening in the room and I couldn't get them back. Sometimes you'll get heckled and you can't get them back and you're just pissed. Yeah. But this, I felt offended to my core that he was just I don't know. I just imagined him jerking off at home watching fake lesbians scissoring and that this is all for him. You know what I mean? That my sexuality is for his entertainment. And it really hurt my feelings. And I probably have it on my recorder, my memos somewhere, but I don't even remember what I said to him. He apologized to me after, but
he doesn't really.
He doesn't get it. That's a thing.
And he doesn't get, how different can a lesbian woman body be and a normal woman body be? You know what I mean?
It's a good way to phrase it.
I mean, the way he's thinking. Yeah. He can't. So if he's
why isn't he scissoring?
If he's with a woman, why isn't he just rubbing?
That's the thing.
The carpet.
Well, the thing is, they don't even realize that so many women are fucking grinding their clits up against their boyfriends because their boyfriend's dick isn't enough. Sorry, dicks everywhere. Dicks, you guys are great. I'm sure the vast majority of you are
know
more
already,
than enough.
Don't encourage.
But you know what I mean? The act of scissoring or just the idea of clitoral stimulation shouldn't be this weird thing. Everybody's.
Where is it anyway?
What the. Up top. What the fuck? It's not that. It's right there. What?
Mine's lower, but I'm sure we can find it.
No, but
it's not in your asshole.
In terms of geography, right. It's clit, vagina, asshole. I'm sorry, you can't remember an area code? Just come on. That's actually really funny.
We're recording this. Don't worry.
Okay, great. I'm you can't remember an area code is really good.
Well, I was working on something like that anyway, so
because Keith knows where all the clits are.
Right. No, I've told you before how I really despise the new pope, and I never thought in my life I'd say, man, I hate a pope. But I don't like that this pope is a trickster pope.
Is he? I'm not keeping up.
To me, he is. People are loving him because he says, hey, who, a gay, straight, who am I to judge? Well, that is your job. You have a book and you're supposed to go by it. You didn't change any rules. You're tricking homosexuals. who am I to judge? Come to church. Then you come to church, and I'll tell you who I am to judge. Yeah,
and then try to convert you.
Yeah, it wasn't who am I to judge, period. It's who am I to judge. Come in for more, and we'll tell you who I am to judge. The infallible Pope, that's who I am to judge. And then we'll try to convert you.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, he could easily say, it. Not who am I to judge? He could say, it's not a sin.
You know what it is? You know what it feels like? Because I used to argue this with you because it's like, hey, let people have the comfort, let the Pope be more lenient. Maybe he can maybe it's time for a revision of the Bible. But you're right. There is no revision of the Bible. He's not going to rewrite it. Right. Although it could use
Wouldn't
a rewrite.
Be dope if we did do some rewrites.
It's a fucking 2,000-year-old book. If I pick up a 20-year-old book, I have picked up a revision. Right. And they will tell you that in the beginning of the book. Now that I'm reading, I know this shit. So
I can't even stomach the bell jar. They use this old language. It was a queer summer. I'm like, goodbye.
Right. That's the thing. Like, you read books and you're like, oh, this is ancient. I need to either update it or like fucking take what you want and leave the rest type of thing. So yeah, I used to argue with you. But the thing is it's sort of like an abusive relationship. It's like, oh, you don't want to be with me because you're right, because I have all these rules. I punish you. I abuse you. How about if I make your life more comfortable in this way? You'll come back, right. And then I'll continue to be me. I'll continue to be those rules. I'm not gonna suddenly be cool with you.
Well,
I'm not.
Right, and you're adding. Right, come into the church.
I'll
tell you who I'm to judge. You're adding to the numbers. You're telling the rest of the world it's not the worst thing. You're telling a gay kid out there this church isn't the worst thing. And then what do you do when the Pope does say something that's anti-homosexual? Do you ignore it? He must not have meant that part?
Or just like, even if he does mean it and he's like trying not to alienate people and he doesn't think it's a sin, like he doesn't have enough power to change like the billion people on the planet who like subscribe to this viewpoint that like
only Oprah does, but he doesn't. But the thing is I think the big point is he does have that power. He is the next connection to God,
sure.
Right? So he can say, just like Moses came down with new rules, he came down with 10 rules, right? The Pope can come down, right? He can come down with 10 rules. I've updated it, and we're supposed to go, well, you fucking talk directly to God.
I don't really know okay.
Yes.
I don't know anything.
Okay.
The Pope, once you become Pope, the telephone line opens up and you talk to God?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, did he talk to God before? Like, to me, Moses is a prophet, and he, like, was, like... It's, like, really hard to prove in the internet age that you can talk to God.
Anybody can talk to God.
Okay.
You just be there for God, and God will answer when he's ready. The Pope is just so pious that he will talk to God. The big thing that's amazing about the Pope is that he cannot lie to us.
Do you think he
physically can't? If he supposedly, I'm not making this up. Supposedly,
this is what they say.
If you believe this bullshit, yeah. The Pope, if he knew,
he's infallible.
He's infallible. If he knew that being gay is a sin, he can't say that's not. He physically would be like, being gay is okay.
From God, because God would stop him?
Yes.
Or from
like a Jim Carrey movie.
Yes. Yeah, like Liar Liar.
Okay.
The Catholic Church is a lot like a 90s, sort of raunchy comedy.
Right. No, you could
in that it's from before the year 2000.
Of course you could change parts of the Bible if you wanted to. You don't take your kid misbehaving and stone him in town square. There's things you don't do anymore.
Right.
So yes, you could change homosexuality being a sin if you want.
I think
when you see a kid being dragged behind a fucking pickup truck and you're the Pope, you did that. You most likely did that.
You know what? That's so true, and that gave me chills. You fucking did do that. You did. You told everybody to hate these people so much that you're doing the Lord's work when you kill them. Because in the Bible, people kill each other for the Lord, and even now they do. And you refuse to stop that. You refuse to update the book. You refuse to do it, and all because you're talking to, like you said, the telephone lines are open. Fuck off.
You change a lot of things. Luckily, you changed publicly, the church, saying that Jews were the devil. But all that thing with horns on Jews and Jews being from hell, that wasn't from Hitler. That was from the Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. Hitler took it from the church and used it very, very easily.
Yeah, everything that happens in Israel
He stole their joke.
Yeah, he stole their joke.
The Catholics were doing a ton of great Jew material. I'm Jewish, by the way, just FYI. Right. And, it was good stuff. And then Hitler, totally fucked it up.
No, I'm thinking of this because I'm reading a brand new article. Pope Francis has been quoted in a soon-to-be-published book as saying that having gays in the clergy, quote, is something that worries me, and remarking that some societies are considering homosexuality a, quote, fashionable lifestyle. You know you gays out there, how cool you think you were.
Ooh, I didn't know he said this stuff.
Yeah, because guess what? He keeps talking.
Who am I to judge?
Well,
I mean, I will say,
yes,
I'm quite fashionable.
Yeah.
That's what they say about lesbians.
Gay men, anyway, at least have that reputation.
In our societies,
fashionable.
it seems homosexuality is fashionable.
I can't imagine. I'm sorry. I've been thinking a lot about this.
That's why you still have to come out of the closet because it's fashionable.
Right, exactly.
The
all that pain. I literally was sobbing about my gay childhood in therapy like 24 hours ago, sobbing about like being in the closet and how like when you're dating someone in the closet, like it revisits all of the lying and the stuff that you had to do to survive. Like
to change your language constantly.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You're literally changing the way you talk, the way you
you're awful. You're like putting on straight voice.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I know you're not
voice.
talking differently you yourself, but you are putting on straight voice because you're keeping conscious this woman is talking about dating guys. Mm-hmm. I have to date women if I even can, and then pretend like they're men, figure out how women talk about men. Yep. That's why it always sounds a little queer.
You really get it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to cry again. But like, how could that be fashionable? How is that like something like trying on a shirt? Right. And like, it's
the same. It's the same way that people think Me Too is fashionable. Now it's fashionable to out men. What they're not understanding is it's not that you back people up against the wall, and when they push back for the first time, you think they're aggressive, but they actually have been backed up so much that their first push blows your mind, and all of a sudden there are these angry people who came out of nowhere because you didn't consider point one of their life. You didn't consider what it's like to live in any fucking closet, not just gay or straight. Yeah. We put everybody in a closet. Sometimes you're in 2 or 3, and maybe they think it's fashionable because that's where they put their fashion, in the closet. But it's ridiculous.
Damn.
You want to write that down?
No, you should write that down.
You can have it.
No, you should do a TED Talk. Damn.
This mentality this mentality about homosexuality in some way also influences the life of the church. So if you stand by the church, this is creeping in, this bullshit. Yeah, it's like when I punched a bully for the first time, little older than I should have. But I did, and it's like, whoa, okay, where did this come from?
Yeah, whoa, Mally's crazy. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, when you punch me, it's normal. So we normalized that, and then I'm trying to, live in the normal that you decided, and now I'm the crazy one.
Right.
So thanks for developing a norm.
Yeah.
And then being very angry when I either live in it or outside of it. It's a fucking catch-22 with you people. Get over yourselves. That's it. That's all it is. Get over your fucking selves.
For the first time in my life, I want to snap.
You feel free in this studio.
Shit, but like I feel moved to snap.
I will take your verbal snap. Ooh, and your physical snap. Thank you.
I can only snap with my left hand.
Nice.
Huh. Because the right one's always busy.
It's true. I'm jerking off right now. People hate it when I say jerking off. I don't get it.
That's a man world.
Right. No, I don't.
Can we have something?
Touching myself? That's some pussy ass shit right there. No, I'm jerking off.
It's literally pussy ass shit. Pussy ass. Where is it in the area code?
No, things are breaking. I'm telling you right now. All right, I'll tell you about fashion. Okay, this is something fashionable. La tote.
Yes. The only time that people compliment the way I look.
Even online shopping becomes difficult, it seems, right? Commit to buying a piece, but you can't try it on. Loads of clothes you don't wear because they don't fit well. Well, here's what it is. It's a subscription service where a box of clothes, jewelry, different articles like that come to your house. You try it on. You keep what you want at a discount. You send back what you don't want or the whole box. Free shipping. Done and done, right?
Yeah. In fact, like they give you the bag. The bag is already, it already has everything it needs on it. So after I wear the clothes, I put it in the bag like it's laundry. When all the clothes are in that bag, I seal it up, and you don't even have to use spit. It's like a nice seal. You throw that in the in the mailbox, and then a new one comes to you.
Take the stress out of getting dressed. In fact, I believe as soon as they take your box, they send out the new box. So you're not waiting for that middle area.
No.
I need more clothes!
No, because so you can keep going. So what happens is when the mail person scans your thing, it automates that they have it and it's on their way, so they start sending you the new one.
Right. Women return 40 to 70% of the clothing they buy.
It's hard because trying on stuff, it's like, men's bodies are more rectangular and they're more, kind of a one size fits all. But, I have hips, Andrea's taller, right. It's all these things. So when you try on the same thing, even when you're the same size, it's like, I thought this would fit so well.
With La Tote, you can rent unlimited fashion. Just wear, return, and discover fashion that fits you better. It'll take the stress out of getting dressed. Go to latote.com. That's LETOTE.com to get started. Enter promo code THEGIRL at checkout to get 20% off your first month. That's latote.com. Enter the code THEGIRL. One word.
Ew, don't put any spaces in me.
That's right. That's right. It's a bit fashionable to be gay.
That's funny.
What the fuck? Did you ever talk to a person, church?
Right.
A person.
Right.
No one ever came in there crying?
Yeah. Do you think that it's fashionable to come out crying? Like, oh, you're doing that fashionable thing. Yes, I am.
Yeah. I'm going to find out if I'm going to be homeless with my parents.
You're absolutely right. It feels fashionable to people who've never thought about it because they're like, whoa, all these people and we're celebrating them. It must be cool. Mm-hmm. But they don't even realize that their whole lives have been celebrated this entire time. They don't even see it, that they already have all these things. Yeah. They're fashionable. We're just starting.
Oh, Black Lives Matter. How fashionable.
Yeah, exactly.
A Cleveland radio station has stopped playing Baby It's Cold Outside after listeners said the song is heard on countless holiday playlists is inappropriate.
It's very rapey.
In the era of the Me Too movement,
I would like to point out that Keith said this maybe the first year ever of our podcast, which was 13, 14 years ago.
Good for you.
He has been saying this forever.
They stole your joke.
What's in the drink? Don't worry about it, baby. I
really can't stay.
Right.
But you already said I really gotta go, but my dick is already out.
Okay, I'll come at a different angle. My mom would be upset. My sister. What will the neighbors say? Can I please leave?
It's cold outside. I think I can handle it. I brought my sweater.
Right. In the era of
I have a car outside.
In the era of Me
Why don't
Too,
you just fucking get me a cab?
The song has struck a raw nerve with lyrics like "What's in the drink" and "Baby, don't hold out." Yeah, you know what? If you're really so fucking tone deaf, no pun because it's a song. I say no pun, then I explain the pun.
It's weird when people don't understand when he goes, "You're such a fucking tease. Why would you do this?
You seem nice at first.
Blue balls is real."
Why don't they? This is another thing that just needs a rewrite. I get it. Right. It's a fun song, and
I'm so into you.
I'm so into you. Please don't go. And then just take the pressure. Maybe she goes, and then they
it ends
strike something up later. I don't know.
Maybe she should go. Wow, I really don't want to go. And he's like, well, your mom's gonna be worried. Just switch the fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah, I really want to stay. Baby, it's cold.
Right.
Yeah.
We can do another day.
That's great. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, let the guy
go.
go.
A really fun version of it.
Oh my God, that's a good idea.
That's a fantastic idea.
I just said, that's a good idea, me.
No, it is. It's all you are on fire.
Thank you, Ashley.
Now, you picture you're one of these morons and you're actually complaining that the Cleveland radio station won't play it. I hear this song in every store I go to, everywhere. You're not going to miss out on the song. First of all, it's like me complaining about the too many guns. Don't worry, you win, you'll keep winning.
You could also download it for 99 cents.
Seriously,
stream it on Spotify.
Yeah, the song isn't even making money anymore. It's so old, so don't worry about it. And if you like it so much, listen all year round. Sometimes it's cold all year round.
Right. You love it so much.
Yeah.
You
only rape in Christmas.
Yeah. Your rock band was remaking it.
Christmas is a time to rape.
Yes. Well, all that eggnog, you can't really taste the shit in it.
Hugh Hefner had an auction. He's dead, of course, but his stuff went on auction, which is weird.
Here comes the dildo jokes. Ashley, you said nobody's talking about dildos.
The red smoking jacket you've seen him wear before, $41,600.
I'm just surprised no one in his does he have I don't know anything about this man. How could that not have Do they need the money? Like, what is this?
Well, what do you need? His coat? Like, if you're his son, I think he has a son. You need his fucking smoking jacket.
I don't know.
It's very fan-like, so I don't know if my family would want, the Keith and the Girl painting that maybe someone made for me.
That's true.
A gold ring with a compartment holding a blue Viagra pill.
Nice.
So classy.
$22,000. So
Does it come with Viagra?
Yeah, it comes with one. I picture he wore that ring, stuck a pill in, and like he's out on the night, and he's with three bimbos, and then he goes. Then he swallows it, and the women see him take it, and they just start crying. No.
Jeff Ross had a good joke years ago on a roast. What's his face was there, surrounded by his blondes, yeah. Right. And he goes, "Oh, I see." Like something about he can't have one girlfriend because what he uses those girls from is one of them is having sex with them, and the rest of them is moving her or moving him or whatever.
That's funny.
Hefner's complete set of bound volumes of magazines from 1953 to 2013 sold for $76,000. They're hard to open, but
somebody should just dump those in the forest.
I bet you, right? I bet you Hugh Hefner jerked off to this picture. How exciting! But we don't tap dicks. That's homosexual.
That's what gay guys do. They just sword fight.
Right, that stupid white captain's hat. You probably seen him in $19,000. The proceeds will go to Hefner's Foundation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That will send women to his dead body to fuck him stay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a Hefner's Foundation?
It's set up in 1964 to advocate for civil liberties.
Seriously?
Yeah. And
he needed those civil liberties in order to put this stuff out. It's not for women. No, I'm being serious.
I'm confused. Like what kind of? I was like,
it's not
women. To do with women. Or
it's not women's shelters. It's not abusive women. It's not women who need help. It is let me put out whatever I want. Right. By the way, side note, I'm using women in
freedom
this.
Of speech.
Yeah, exactly.
And by that I mean tits.
Yeah.
Free the nipple.
Yeah, it's really hard to be like, no, don't do that.
Right.
It's like we all need civil liberties, but we know you're an asshole.
The foundation's trying to get hentai porn in 7-Elevens. Like, well, all I know is it's for a good cause. All right, can I talk skincare? I don't mean to be so abrupt, but may I? Am I out of line to say this?
No, please. Are you noticing my skin?
Most skincare products, I am. On the shelf, they involve some sort of trade-off, okay?
I refuse.
They're either loaded with harmful chemicals, okay, but they work. Oh, great. That's what I want to do. Look good, but the planet's dying. Or they manage to have clean ingredients, okay, but then they do nothing for your skin. So which way do I want to go? Now I'm alive longer, but I look like shit.
Do not settle.
True Botanicals believes you shouldn't have to choose between skincare that's safe and skincare that's effective. You deserve both.
That's right, civil liberties.
With the help of leading researchers from top universities, True Botanicals bottles the highest quality natural ingredients, creating luxurious formulas that are as potent as they are pure.
Ooh la la.
Third-party clinical trials verify their product's efficiency. I'll explain.
Please.
You know how some companies, they'll say, hey, let them know about our product, but don't even bring up the other guys. Nah, not True Botanicals.
Compare and contrast.
Their Renew collection for aging skin outperformed Creme de la Mer, and their Clear collection for acne outperformed Proactive Plus. Proof that non-toxic skincare can not only be as effective as conventional skincare, but it can be better.
I ran into someone that I haven't seen in 20 years. He said, quote, you look exactly the same. And I believed him because he looked like he wanted to fuck me.
See? And True Botanicals is the first skincare company to have its entire line certified safe for people and the planet by the nonprofit Made Safe, America's first non-toxic seal. Here's what you do. Go to truebotanicals.com now to get free samples and receive $20 off orders of $40 or more off your purchase with the code KATG. Truebotanicals.com, and the code is KATG.
Free samples.
Oh.
Who doesn't love that? Remember when you used to go to Costco and your wife fucked it up with the samples and you got a divorce?
Let me tell you what
That's what's going to happen. Get your samples.
She's not exaggerating. I think I'm in love. We get married, all this. We go to Costco or something like that.
Oh, my God, wait a minute. This is a true story.
This is a true story.
Oh, yeah.
I go to.
This is what it's like to date men, Ashley.
Okay.
You're lucky you're trendy.
Never.
You tell me whose side you'd be on this. And I already moved on with my life, so it's okay. You can be honest.
Sounds like it.
Well, some things stick with you. You're not stupid all of a sudden. You forget the past.
You're also trying not to repeat it.
Right. Right.
Yep.
So I'd get a sample, something on a cracker, and then I'd go to my wife. Oh, would you like a sample too? And she goes, no.
Which is a sin.
Look right there.
What are you doing?
Like right there with
What's
there.
not?
Oh, sorry.
What's not?
Then
biased. Like, don't taint me. She just didn't want a sample. That's what I'm hearing so far.
Right. Okay. But she knows I want all the samples.
You ate the sample.
So I go to eat that, and she goes. Then she doubles down and goes, "I'll just have some of yours."
Okay.
All of this in front of the sample giver.
This is not exactly high stakes, but I agree. Strange.
So now I got to make up. I have friends in the store. I go, "Well, John wants one. I'll take one for John." She goes, "We don't know anybody named John." What is happening? What the fuck is happening? Enjoy Texas.
Okay, listen. Listen. Yes. I will say, probably, here's how I feel about it. If this incident existed, this is very funny. That whole John thing, that's fucking hilarious. If this incident happened in a vacuum, I'd be like, let's say this was your first or second date or something, and
they
you
were
went to
married.
I know. The fact that you didn't know she was we don't know a John person.
Right.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, that is, how did that, what's happening here is she sucked the whole time. And I think you were and there were probably other problems here going on.
There were other problems. I would be in a group of people, and you know how, and somebody would say a story.
Wait, can we just talk about exes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
See? And you can still move on. It's just you remember things. That's all I'm saying.
Continue.
I'd be somebody would say something to me. I wouldn't remember who this person is, and it didn't really register what they were saying. Maybe the music's loud. My wife would come over and say, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, different things, and blah blah blah. And then I go, "Oh, I'll talk to you later," and we start walking away. And audibly, she goes, "So what was it? What were you talking about?" I'm like, different things. Let's keep walking. Why are you being weird? What the fuck?
She's socially inept.
Okay.
Is what I'm sensing. As a maybe partially socially inept person myself, she's just not picking up on the social cues.
Right. She'll say, "Oh, who's this? Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "I don't know." So I go, "Oh, this is my wife, Catherine." And the guy, maybe he didn't pick up on it and say what his name is. And so she turns to me. "What's his name?"
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She's like really bad at social situations.
Yeah. What's funny is in none of this she's wrong. She's literally just telling the truth.
She's just stupid. We're all stupid in our own ways.
Right.
This is how she is stupid, and it didn't gel with your stupid.
Yeah.
Right. Because we all know you're dumb.
Well, I didn't marry her for her socials. We were
right,
good
but
one-on-one.
Maybe it was more important than you thought.
Yeah.
Listen, my ex-girlfriend was late to everything, and I did not know that was something that bothered me.
Oh, that's a personality.
Yeah. I mean, we almost missed a plane. For me, that was one of the moments where I was like, this is damaging my life. This is now costing money. You know what I mean? If we missed that plane, and I know we're gonna miss one. We missed the opening song of the Book of Mormon, and I'm a theater kid, and all I wanted to do was go see Book of Mormon with her, and we were long distance, and it took forever, and I got the tickets, and we were late because she couldn't be on time, and I know that sounds like a small thing, but for me to spend the money to see Book of Mormon, something that I really wanted to see, miss the first song.
Yeah. Right. No, I think it's like you said, if that's important, that has to be more important for one of you, even though it goes anti your personality. So either you have to let it go or she has to get better, but
neither one of us could.
Yeah.
And then they make it sound like you're the petty one.
Yep.
It's the first song. They repeat that one the most.
It'll be in the themes of the other. But
actually, you know all the songs.
Yeah, right, exactly.
We'll play it on the way.
Right. But it was the money and the thoughtfulness of the date and the importance of the night. You know what I mean? And that really hurt me.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And this is coming from a late person. I will be late.
Oh, fuck.
But I know that I fuck up. In fact, now when I'm late, I don't even tell people a reason because I know that even bothers people even more. You know, it's and I don't I couldn't find a dock for my bike. And it's the thing that could happen if you take a city bike. So fucking leave 10 minutes early.
Oh, you mean the bike that makes you move faster?
I'm not I'm not an asshole. I've been late to shit too. I got here, we were communicating before and blah, blah, blah. Shit happens. It's just when you're chronic to very important things, plain, things that cannot not happen on the schedule.
Yeah.
Of which that they are happening.
Yeah, my ex would sleep through alarms or not set an alarm. I'm like, do you know that you have to be an adult the next day? And I happen to wake up all the time. I'm always waking up early, and I'm like, I don't want to be the person who wakes you up. I just don't. Like, I've done it, and it's hard, and you got to figure some other shit out, because it's like, not to be a dick, I'm already up. Of course, I'll wake you up, and I was that person. But I'm like, you got to figure out a different way, because even when I do wake you up, you fucking snooze me, and I got to come back, and my whole morning is changing, and you're an adult.
Your mood, and you're going to build up a resentment.
Yeah, and you're an adult, and you've lived without me. Like, I didn't snatch you from your parents' house.
How
like,
did this person live?
That's what I said. I was like, how did you live before? And he's like,
apparently with no samples.
oh, I had to teach him the sample thing. I'm like, you never say no to samples.
My girlfriend now, first date, we go to a grocery store that has samples. Went to Trader Joe's. She was a pro.
Oh, love.
That's how you know.
You know what the thing is, though, is I think if there weren't other problems, and if the only thing is my morning's more difficult, I could work around that. But it was like, obviously, so much more. Right. So it's like, and on top of it, I got to wake you up like you're a kid. So now I'm not fucking you. I either wake you up like you're a kid, or I blow you. Like, right. I don't understand. You know what I mean?
That's totally reasonable.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
We don't blow kids.
Right. Right. What do you want to be?
And that's why. Because they need an alarm. That's the only reason we don't blow. I know when I'm thinking, I'm going to blow this kid. Wait a minute. They needed an alarm to get up for school today.
I can't respect that.
I can't. Blow that kid.
Yeah, but when your partner starts acting like a child and then is like, oh, we should have sex, I'm like, with who? Who should we have sex with?
Right.
With this?
Gagaguno.
Yeah. Oh, do I have to tell you your whole schedule? But like, do I put sex in the schedule so that I can tell you that? Get the fuck out of here.
With the lollipop emoji. Kids like lollipops.
Man, I wish that could be a joke.
What? Oh, right. Yeah. No, you can't go. Never. I want to fuck this kid.
No, it's also just like it's also too much like contextualizing.
Yeah. You need to have the perfect audience, and you don't want that audience.
Yeah.
I told you she's a lesbian that fucks kids.
Lesbians are such perverts. She wants to blow a kid? I don't even get it. Right. Is she blowing anyone? I thought they just scissor.
Ashley, like I said, you can follow online, Twitter and Instagram, AshGavs. And the website is the same, Ash, A-S-H, Gavs, G-A-V-S.com.
Or ashleygavin.com if that's easier for you to remember.
There you go, if you like that instead.
Yeah, and we didn't bring it up, but I saw Ashley's TED Talk, and I watch a lot of TED Talks. It's such a good one. I know it's not relative to like a comedy podcast, but if you are watching TED Talks, you got to watch it. It's so good.
What's it about?
Science and how to because I'm like,
she's nervous.
I know I am nervous because I'm like,
it's
oh my God,
okay.
Ashley said it so well. I don't even want to paraphrase it.
You're
Do you
good.
know what I mean?
You're good.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it was so good. It made me understand everything, but I still can't regurgitate. I still can't.
It's about how we should teach computer science because we have like a big gender gap problem and just a generalized dearth of engineers. And so it's how we can teach computer science to younger people in an accessible way.
But you see how that could sound boring. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because you so gave it to the layman. Like, I was like, oh my God, I understand this more. I understand. She connected it to like our regular life, like how you can build your own business, like how you can be better in your own business, even though it has nothing to do with science. Like, I think you mentioned somebody who does social media for a living or some kind of like, you know,
I can't even remember, which is super embarrassing. But I do use like a lot of examples of jobs that you wouldn't think require any kind of programming background or coding background. And it's not even to tell you that you should be coding in your job. It's like, oh, this is how like coding can open up your brain and make you better at your job.
How cool is that?
Fucking super cool.
It's lame.
Okay.
No, it's not. It was so good. I was like, wow, Ashley's fucking smart as fuck.
It's not lame. I shouldn't have said that.
You shouldn't.
It's not funny. Well, the TED Talk's kind of funny.
Can you say about what happened that day?
Oh yeah. So something interesting that happened that day. So I was sick. I didn't really quite know how sick, but I was like sick. And I went in for the TED Talk and we did it and we got to the end and it was all done and it went really, really well. And I was like so happy. And then they came up to me and they were like, oh, the audio didn't go through. We have to like totally redo this for the website. And people were already leaving. So they had all like, this was
by the way, that is so unacceptable. You are TED. So whatever fucking first thing
Hey,
you did.
Teddy.
Right.
You do a fucking mic check, Teddy? Jesus. You're
Seriously.
Ted.
Like, what's happening behind the scenes? You only have one thing recording it?
Right.
Why?
It was like really weird.
What? How does that even happen? What?
Right.
I can't remember what the problem was, but I remember
That's terrifying.
thinking, you have one job. Like,
Right.
like
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's in your name.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah. TED is a wonderful organization.
No, great guy.
and amazing love samples. Yeah, and so we had to redo the entire talk.
So they asked the audience to come back.
So they tried to get as many audience, which was like my mom, my sister, and my friend. And they had, because it was at a university, they had the university kids working the event, and like the caterers and shit like come and fill the first few rows. So what you're watching is actually, I was doing it for like a shit ton of people, and the second time I was doing it for just like 2 rows of audience that you can see from the camera. So it's like fooling you, and the audio is like so weird, and that's why you can't hear anyone in the audience, because they weren't there, like you know what I mean. So like a lot of people in the comment threads were like, she's telling jokes and no one's laughing, and I was like, first of all, they just heard these jokes and they've been like at TED Talks all day, and like they're a bad audience, and second of all, please don't hurt my feelings like that.
But it makes these commenters think she must not be good because I don't hear laughter. That's the what's the right word? Wonderness of the laugh track. I have an album I know where we didn't mic the audience, and I'm very proud of the album, but I know people don't like the album because they don't think it's funny because they don't hear the audience.
It's a psychological trick.
And I'm like, you're
it
wrong.
Works. And they put laugh track on stuff that's not funny. Right. And like, a lot of people just laugh because they're hearing other laughter is contagious. It's 100% contagious. But yeah, anyway, and then we had to redo it, and it like went good the second time too, but like it went better the first time. Of
course.
With like the real audience.
Also, for me, it would be really hard to repeat that because I just did it. So did I say this already? Like, it just fucking happened.
Yeah.
And it's your TED Talk. It's a huge thing. You're already throwing up.
Yeah, at the time, I was like super proud. It was like a bucket list thing. Now I look back and I'm like, whatever. But
amazing. You should still be super proud.
Yeah, I'm proud of like that.
If you wanted to snap at the garbage that I said in this fucking episode, snap at yourself. Go watch it again. You did great.
Yeah, I also like hate my hair and my shirt and my jeans.
Okay, all
right. But
it's my most watched video. It has like hundreds of thousands of views, and I look so ugly.
Now, see, you're worried about the clothes. You're gay, so that's fashionable.
Right, that's true.
People like that.
I don't mention that though. It's not
come on.
relevant.
Somebody whispered it into the thing.
That's the only audio you can hear.
Right.
That's a lesbian.
I got a feeling we have an idea.
Why should you keep talking about women?
Ashley, thank you very much. Don't forget Keith and the Girl.
Thank you.
Please. KeithAndTheGirl.com/kick. It's all right there. The history of Keith and the Girl and how to help us reach a whole nother year.
We're going to now do our YouTube exclusive for silent trailers.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
See you tomorrow.